Have you ever wondered if there is an airplane that could keep flying even if the world was facing a nuclear war? A plane so secret that it can become the flying command center of the United States during the worst disaster in history. Imagine an aircraft that can survive electromagnetic attacks, communicate with submarines hidden deep under the ocean, and stay in the air for days without landing. This isn't science fiction. It's real. Today, we're revealing the incredible story of America's most mysterious aircraft, the Boeing E-4B Nightwatch, better known as the Doomsday Plane. Stay with me until the end because some of its hidden features are almost impossible to believe. The Boeing E-4B Nightwatch is one of the most secretive and powerful aircraft ever built. At first glance, it looks like a normal Boeing 747. But don't let its appearance fool you. Inside this massive aircraft is a flying military headquarters capable of controlling the United States military during a national emergency. Unlike ordinary passenger airplanes that carry travelers around the world, the E-4B has only one mission: to protect the country's highest leaders and maintain military command if ground command centers are destroyed. The story of this extraordinary aircraft began during the Cold War. At that time, the United States feared that a sudden nuclear attack could destroy communication centers on the ground within minutes. If that happened, the president and military commanders would lose contact with American forces across the globe. Military planners knew they needed a solution that could not be destroyed so easily. Their answer was to create a command center that could fly high above the earth, safely away from danger. Instead of building a completely new aircraft, Boeing selected one of the most successful airplanes ever created, the Boeing 747. Its enormous size offered enough space for communication equipment, offices, meeting rooms, sleeping quarters, and advanced technology. However, transforming a commercial airliner into one of the world's most advanced military aircraft required years of engineering. Almost every part of the aircraft was redesigned. The wiring was protected against powerful electromagnetic pulses that could instantly destroy ordinary electronics. The communication systems became so advanced that the aircraft could contact military bases anywhere on Earth. Even hidden nuclear submarines deep underwater could receive orders from the E-4B. This incredible capability makes the aircraft one of the most important parts of America's national defense. Only 4 Boeing E-4B aircraft were ever built. That alone makes them among the rarest aircraft in the world. Each one is maintained at an extremely high level of readiness. One aircraft is always prepared for immediate takeoff. If an emergency happens, the plane can be airborne in just a few minutes. That's why aviation experts often call it America's airborne Pentagon. From the outside, you might notice several unusual features. Large communication antennas cover different parts of the aircraft. Special equipment is installed both above and below the fuselage. These antennas allow communication across thousands of kilometers. The aircraft carries dozens of radio systems working on different frequencies simultaneously. Unlike passenger jets that mainly communicate with airports and air traffic control, the E-4B communicates with military satellites, missile forces, aircraft carriers, submarines, command centers, and military bases around the world. One of its most fascinating systems is its extremely low-frequency communication technology. This allows the aircraft to send messages to nuclear submarines hidden beneath the ocean surface. Even if normal communication networks fail completely, these submarines can still receive important orders. This makes the E-4B one of the few aircraft capable of maintaining communication during a global catastrophe. But communication is only one part of its mission. Inside the aircraft is an entire command headquarters. Imagine walking through its doors. Instead of rows of passenger seats, you find workstations filled with computers, secure phones, giant digital displays, military maps, and communication consoles. Highly trained officers monitor information 24 hours a day. Some track military operations. Others coordinate with defense agencies. Several officers analyze intelligence reports arriving from different parts of the world. There are conference rooms where senior military leaders can hold emergency meetings while flying. Private offices allow national leaders to make critical decisions without interruption. There are sleeping areas because missions can last for many hours or even several days. A kitchen provides meals for everyone on board. Medical facilities are also available in case someone becomes ill during long flights. Everything inside the aircraft is designed to keep the mission running no matter what happens outside. One of the biggest questions people ask is whether the Doomsday Plane can really survive a nuclear attack. The answer is more complicated than most people think. The aircraft is not indestructible. However, it was designed to survive conditions that would disable almost every other airplane. One of its greatest strengths is protection against electromagnetic pulses. When a nuclear weapon explodes at high altitude, it creates an EMP capable of destroying electronic equipment over huge areas. Most modern aircraft depend heavily on computers. An EMP could disable them instantly. The E-4B was built differently. Its electronic systems are specially shielded to continue operating even after such an event. This level of protection is one reason why it has earned the nickname, the Doomsday Plane. Fuel capacity is another incredible feature. The aircraft carries enormous amounts of fuel and can also be refueled while flying. A specially equipped tanker aircraft can connect to the E-4B in midair. This means the aircraft doesn't always need to land. As long as fuel tankers continue operating, the E-4B can remain airborne for extremely long periods. That capability gives national leaders valuable time during a crisis. Instead of rushing to damaged command centers, they can continue directing operations safely from the sky. Security aboard the aircraft is also extraordinary. Every person allowed on board goes through extensive background checks. Access to many areas inside the aircraft is highly restricted. Sensitive communication rooms are protected by multiple security measures. Some systems remain classified even today. Very little official information has been released about their exact capabilities. That secrecy only adds to the mystery surrounding the aircraft. Even after decades of service, many details remain unknown to the public. Whenever an E-4B appears at an airport, aviation enthusiasts immediately recognize its unique appearance. Its large hump, multiple antennas, and distinctive white and blue paint scheme make it stand out from ordinary Boeing 747s. Spotters often wait hours hoping to photograph one because sightings are relatively rare. Sometimes the aircraft travels with the president or senior government officials. Other times it quietly conducts training missions without attracting public attention. Most passengers walking through an airport may never realize that one of the world's most important military aircraft is parked nearby. And that's exactly how its operators prefer it. The less attention it receives, the better it can perform its mission. But despite all its secrecy, one question still remains. How powerful is the technology hidden inside the Boeing E-4B Nightwatch, and what would actually happen if a real nuclear crisis began? As the world entered the modern age, the Boeing E-4B Nightwatch continued to evolve. While many military aircraft were retired or replaced, this flying command center remained one of the most valuable assets in the United States Air Force. Engineers constantly upgraded its communication systems, navigation equipment, computers, and defensive technology to keep it prepared for threats that did not even exist when it was first built. One of the most impressive abilities of the E-4B is its communication network. Imagine trying to contact military forces spread across every continent, aircraft flying thousands of miles away, warships crossing the oceans, and submarines hidden deep beneath the sea, all at the same time. For an ordinary aircraft, this would be impossible. For the E-4B, it is exactly what it was designed to do. The aircraft can communicate through satellite links, high-frequency radio, very low-frequency transmissions, and several secure military communication systems. Even if one communication network fails, multiple backup systems remain available. This redundancy ensures that critical orders can still reach military commanders anywhere on Earth. The cockpit itself looks very different from a standard Boeing 747. While many familiar flight controls remain, additional military communication panels surround the pilots. Every flight is handled by an experienced crew trained for some of the most demanding missions imaginable. Besides the pilots, engineers constantly monitor the aircraft's complex systems, ensuring everything operates perfectly throughout the mission. Behind the cockpit lies the heart of the aircraft, the National Airborne Operations Center. This is where dozens of specialists work around the clock during missions. Large digital displays provide real-time information from across the globe. Secure computer systems receive intelligence reports every second. Communication officers relay messages between government leaders and military commanders. Every workstation has a specific purpose, and together they form one of the most advanced airborne command centers ever created. The conference room is another remarkable feature. During a national emergency, the president, senior military leaders, and defense officials could gather here to make decisions that might affect millions of lives. Instead of relying on damaged buildings on the ground, they would have a fully operational headquarters flying safely above potential danger. The aircraft also includes private offices where classified discussions can take place without interruption. Sleeping quarters allow crew members to rest during extended missions, while the kitchen provides meals for everyone on board. There are even medical facilities capable of treating injuries or illnesses while the aircraft remains in flight. One question many people ask is whether the Doomsday Plane has ever been used during real emergencies. The answer is yes. Although it has never been used during a nuclear war, the E-4B has been activated several times during major national events. Following the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001, one of the E-4B aircraft was launched to ensure that America's leadership would always have a secure airborne command center if needed. Its appearance in the skies that day reminded the world that this aircraft exists for situations when everything else begins to fail. Since then, the aircraft has regularly participated in military exercises designed to prepare for the worst possible scenarios. These exercises test communication systems, emergency procedures, and coordination between different branches of the military. Another fascinating fact is that the E-4B receives continuous maintenance. Unlike commercial airliners that operate on fixed schedules, these aircraft are maintained in almost perfect condition. Teams of technicians inspect every critical component, ensuring they remain ready to fly at any moment. Because only 4 aircraft exist, reliability is absolutely essential. Every engine, communication antenna, electrical cable, hydraulic system, and navigation instrument is carefully monitored. Despite being based on the Boeing 747-200, these aircraft remain among the most capable military command centers ever built. However, technology never stops advancing. The United States Air Force has already started planning the future replacement for the E-4B. As the aircraft continue aging, engineers are developing a new generation of airborne command aircraft that will carry even more advanced communication systems, greater cybersecurity protection, and improved efficiency. Although official details remain classified, many aviation experts believe the future aircraft will continue the same mission while introducing modern technology capable of facing tomorrow's threats. Still, replacing the legendary E-4B will not be easy. For decades it has become a symbol of preparedness. It represents a simple but powerful idea that even during humanity's darkest moments, leadership and communication must never disappear. Many myths also surround the aircraft. Some people believe it can survive a direct nuclear explosion. Others claim it contains secret weapons or laser defense systems. In reality, there is no public evidence supporting these stories. Its true strength is not weapons. Its greatest weapon is communication. As long as leaders can communicate with military forces, they can coordinate rescue operations, protect civilians, and maintain national defense. That mission is far more important than carrying bombs or missiles. Its unique appearance has also made it famous among aviation enthusiasts. Whenever one lands at an airport, photographers rush to capture images of this rare aircraft. Its distinctive white and blue paint scheme, massive communications antennas, and unmistakable Boeing 747 profile make it one of the most recognizable military aircraft ever built. Even today, whenever international tensions rise, people often begin tracking the movements of the E-4B through publicly available flight information, wondering whether its flights indicate increased military readiness. Most of the time, however, these missions are simply routine training operations designed to keep the crews fully prepared. Readiness is the entire purpose of the aircraft. It exists not because leaders expect disaster every day, but because they must always be prepared if disaster ever comes. The Boeing E-4B Nightwatch is far more than an airplane. It is a flying fortress of communication, leadership, and national security. Built upon one of the world's most famous passenger aircraft, it has become one of the most secretive military aircraft ever created. With only 4 examples in existence, protected electronics, global communication capabilities, aerial refueling, and an airborne command center unlike anything else in the sky, the E-4B continues to fascinate aviation experts around the world. Its mission may never become public in full detail. Some of its technology will likely remain classified for decades. But one fact is certain. If the unthinkable ever happened, this remarkable aircraft would become one of the most important machines in the world. The Boeing E-4B Nightwatch proves that sometimes the most powerful aircraft are not those carrying the biggest weapons, but those carrying the people and technology capable of leading a nation through its greatest challenges. If you enjoyed discovering the incredible story behind America's secret Doomsday Plane, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on notifications because we have many more fascinating aviation stories, secret military aircraft, and future technologies coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.